See, what a combination.
Yes, yeah. So it stands out.
Absolutely. I mean, I like that creativity. That's a different take on how to display.
Oh, yeah. It gives it a different class. It
And
brings
it's soft. Very, very soft.
Because what you usually have is a very large frame around it, or a strip frame around it, either black gold or, this stands out on its own.
And many times you're not sure if the art is overwhelmed by the framing.
The question is, where's the art? Is it the frame, a
You
Baroque
see,
frame,
that does,
or is it, the landscape with a cow
that does,
in the frame? Yeah.
that enters the question as well.
And the other question is, sometimes the frame is more expensive than the painting.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've had that experience. I did it willingly, but
Yes.
I did it knowingly as well. But I have some where I haven't framed it. I bought it without a frame, and I preferred to leave it without a frame. And it had this kind of depth, so that I felt it stood on its own, yes, without needing a frame.
Which is, again, there's a dialogue which is developed between the viewer and the painting, as opposed to the viewer and how it's hung.
Absolutely. It's interesting how two people viewing the same thing get different responses and reactions. And I think that speaks to art. Yeah.
This speaks to the notion of family, protection, warmth, the emotion here being compassion and love, and it's sort of the male concept of the universal protecting the female.
But there's a lot to be said for the source of life.
Yes.
And we're in, aren't we?
Very true. Very true. Yeah. The influence on the paintings comes from three areas. One, Royal Kabuki, Japanese theater. Two, Kurosawa movies. The Seven Samurai, Rashomon, Ram, Blood of Thorns, and the Japanese prints that came out of the 17th and 18th century, which are now very popular. And this combining them all together.
You realize we have a Japanese section in our library.
Well, I also spoke to your librarian, who I believe was Japanese.
Yes.
Yes.
She just came and looked and then went back to the desk.
Yes, we had a very good dialogue earlier, as far as painting's influence is concerned, as far as where my thoughts were. Yeah.
Oh, well, then you've gotten quite a thorough exposure to our population.
Yes, and I think there's more to come. Yeah.
Because we now have a Japanese high school over on property adjacent to Manhattanville.
I got that feeling based on the fact that some of your books that are on sale were in Japanese. Yes. Yes.
In the past 21 years, a lot has changed in terms of the influx of the Japanese influence. We have several Japanese restaurants now on the Strip, Halsted. Anyway.
Can you just say your name, your full name?
Oh, yes, my name is Carolyn Grain, and I'm on the board of the Friends of the Harrison Library.
Oh, that's great.
So I make it a point to always come to the receptions in support of the artist. So you're welcome.
Great, thank you.
We've already discussed that there's a soft tone in this exhibit that reaches the person. I don't even know how you capture that consistently the way you have in this exhibit.
Life has a tendency to touch you. Most of this was motivated and based on the fact of my wife. All of these, this is in memory of her. She just passed away about 2 years ago. So what I did was basically therapy unto myself. Just proceeded to, in about 3 months, produce 9 paintings.
Really?
This one-on-one with her. It was very good therapy.
Obviously.
It's much cheaper than $375 an hour. You don't even get an hour, you get 55 minutes.
Oh, my.
This way, the dialogue, the emotion, this being with her again, it was very cathartic.
No wonder.
Did she resemble?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Was she Japanese?
No. She was Austrian.
Did she go to Japan with you?
I never went. Not in
Are
this,
you
not in this life. Not in
serious?
this life. She had
What?
very Oriental features, very high bones.
What?
There was an Oriental quality about her that was caught. Her mannerisms, her approach, her eyes.
Did she have it in her genes?
Um,
In her
yes,
history?
to answer your question, you're going back several generations.
Really?
To Russia, Mongolia.
That does make
Hmm.
sense.
Yes.
Yes.
So there's a complete life cycle, or cycle of existence that finally, or cycle of life that takes place. Yeah. Yeah.
That universality that we should seek more.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hi.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's there, and we don't appreciate it.
Fabulous.
All the